We can go on together with suspicious lies. Anyways, you guys, hey, listen, this is your girl Erica Williams from the Classic Climb blog, author of the Smartphone Millionaire book, How to Invest in People, Businesses, and Real Estate. From the palm of your hand, you can get on Amazon or the links in the description or pinned to the top comment. I don't use WhatsApp to talk to you guys, and yes, there has been 22 fake pages created on Instagram. If you see them, report them. Let us get into the beautiful sauce. Please put your city and state in the chat, or put a one if you can hear me. Long and the story short, I went and saw the Elvis movie yesterday. Y'all, I was in there crying. I was in there crying. They was killing the golden goose. I was crying. I was like, Lord, they're killing the man. They're killing him. Now, listen, Black community has that, unique area on Elvis Presley. Like, he's singing Black people music. The movie addressed that. The situation addressed that. Yes, this boy was poor, living with the blacks. The blacks in Mississippi. He lived in the raggedy sharecropper houses for the white people with the blacks. Okay, so it's good. I was crying. And then again, a lot of it touched on a lot of truthful parts. Some of it might be a little bit embellished, some pieces, but it made me think of this 27-year-old, the guy who's been working for Burger King for 27 years. Now you're going to say, Erica, that makes no sense. One's a high performer, famous person of the world, and the other dude's working at Burger King for 27 years. But there's so many things they have in common I want to address. Now, I'm not going to ruin the movie for you, but you know that time and era. Okay, you already know that time and era. You had what made Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, and a few others stand out so strongly is because they refused to give up their rights to their songs, and they weren't known for doing drugs. This is a big, big thing. Sam Cooke and Otis Redding and Buddy Holliday. They were not known for doing drugs. They were straight up on their music rights. And at the time, that was against the norm. They was drugging these folks up and pushing them out there to work. That is what they were doing. Just drugging them up, pushing them out there to work, knock them up, but you take their money. What was so horrible about this film, which made me cry, is the dude was taking 50% of Elvis money. Let me tell you that again, 50% of Elvis's money. Now, in a time period where it's normal to have 15%, and then people take some extra shady business money. And again, this isn't just happening to Black artists. This happened to white artists. This happened to country music artists known for, they called it the country music mafia. They beat people over the head, take their royalties, and go on about their business. That's just the way they did things, right? Thank God for technology, and you don't have to be beat up. So I put on there financially trapped because what ended up happening is the dude that connected himself to Elvis, which was an absolute psychopath leech, kept entrapping him further, right? Merchandise, deals, movies, just kept absolutely like leeching this guy. And let's just go there, okay? He had low knowledge. His family had low knowledge. Clearly, there was a lack of reading on everybody's account. Everybody in the whole family. The father was a pushover. The mom was uber dominant and kind of weirdly close to Elvis. You add money on top of stupid, you cannot outspend bad habits. Now, I'm not going to say just Elvis's bad habits, but the key in the movie, which I might be ruining it for some of y'all, is the manager had a gambling addiction and gambled millions away. He sold Elvis music rights. He sold stuff. Elvis made $100 million while he was alive. He had $5 million in his bank account when the day he died. Now, that's equivalent to $20 million, so that's a huge amount. But to only have $5 million in your bank account, laws were created after he died. It was so atrocious that they had to make laws. They were like, no one will ever do this again, which they call it financial abuse of an artist. And all the rights and everything was returned to his children, right? So the problem is when you watch the movie on Elvis, there were many times when you're like, dude, you're Elvis. And anybody would love to work for you. Anybody would love to manage you. You can take you all over the world. They were getting in his ear, right? Judy Garland, same thing. Forced to work, right? But validation is an internal thing. This is something you're seeing all over the internet, social media. We're actually coming to find out that whole McDonald's skit with that guy and that girl was a skit. And they only have one kid, and they actually do live together. And so that I was like, you got all these people in an uproar for the past 5 days on the internet, and come to find out, old girl's got 170,000 people on her TikTok, and this might have been a skit, right? People are seeking this external validation and attention at all cost, at all cost. And so when you don't have, you're not, when the internal child in you won't be satisfied for whatever reason, somebody can come milk you, right? And you have to realize he was in a position where he's just like, he's giving money, people are living off him, he's running around. And at the end of the day, he still did not believe enough in himself to go, I'm done with you, I'm gonna go over here. Even when people told him information, told him knowledge, told him all this stuff, at one point, I want y'all to understand, he was the asset. As long as you control the asset, people don't care. People don't care that it was messy, as long as you control the asset. And that was the sad part. Now you're gonna say, Erica, this man taking 50% of Elvis' money. That's crazy, right? Gambling it all away. And he actually outlived Elvis for like another 30 years. And didn't die till he was like almost 90 years old. That's how crazy it was, right? Now, why am I comparing Elvis to this guy that worked at Burger King? Right? Because I know y'all like, oh Lord, where is this going? The guy at Burger King, bless his heart, he's been showing it to work for 20 years, never late, but he is what we would consider a low performer, right? He just shows up and goes to work and goes and lives his life. He's been working 2 jobs for 27 years. I don't know how he hasn't fallen over dead from a heart attack, but he hasn't. It's just how it is, right? This is something when you talk to people about their situation or why their life doesn't look the way they want it to look. Oh, that's just how things are, Erica. That's just how it is. And what this comes from is they both have a workhorse mentality. What you saw in Elvis, he's like, I did 800 shows for you. And the dude nickel and dime to the end and said, oh, you want to fire me? Well, you owe me $8 million. And Elvis' daddy looked at him like, because he's a dummy. Let's just be honest. His daddy went to jail for writing a bounce check for $14 back in the day. What you realize is you cannot outwork a bad habit. You cannot out-earn stupidity. You cannot out-earn, if this is a bad situation, you can't out-earn it. You have to pull back, think on it, and reassess the table, right? So here's the 3 keys out of it. Making money is an action. Keeping money is a behavior. And growing money is knowledge. What you notice from the back decades when they were just dragging these artists up to the gills, they're signing contracts. I mean, the same thing happened in the 80s with El DeBarge. All the DeBarge brothers and sisters, they were so high. They were writing and signing away their rights to their royalties just to get money to go get more drugs. And Barry Gordy, when asked, why did Barry Gordy rob all these people of their rights and their music? He was like, oh, the white people were doing it. And that's how I show you how out of control it was, that they literally, Elvis's manager, because they're like, that's insane. Like in the literal scale of ripping people off, that was too much, right? It's a culture of ripping people off, but it was too much. If you are a person who are thinking, well, Erica, I'm just going to keep working. I'm not going to buy a house. I'm just going to work, pay off my car, and I'm going to be okay. Listen, that workhorse mentality in an asset-based society does not work. Many people in the comments said, oh, no, that dude, the dude, if you don't know, the dude from Burger King, people felt so embarrassed for him, or how that was such disrespectful. They didn't give him some money or give him something. They basically raised on GoFundMe $200,000 for the guy. Now, immediately people are like, oh, man, you should do this. Someone said in the comments he should move out of the country. If somebody's been working at Burger King for 27 years, they're not going to move out the country, baby. There are people right now with $2 in their pocket, have enough money to get a flight to Thailand, and they will literally move out the country with no money in their pocket. It's a mentality. It's up here. I've met people who move with nothing, right? Okay. Yeah, same thing happened. Child actors. Yeah, 2 jobs for 27 years. Like somewhere in his elevator is not going all the way up, or he just goes home and play video games, or he lives a very just a life that is low performance. And when I say that, people are like, you're a terrible person. And so what you want to understand is giving him this money, again, for him, I must work to earn my money. Keeping money is a behavior, right? And growing money is knowledge. I don't think in the 27 years he's studied or looked for other opportunities to do this. Now, everybody can say, hey, man, I'm happy for him. I'm glad he get the money. I'm not, because we've seen what happens to lottery winners. They get a lump sum of money, and now they're in more debt. The best thing this guy could do is buy a house cash and go maybe a newer car and find and go to community college for 6 months. Get something different, right? Now, you're going to say, well, Erica, why? Well, because he's already earned this lump sum of money, and Burger King staff, it's going to just be different for him. And that's the thing. They know he's kind-hearted. They know whatever about the man. They're going to ask him for some of that money. His family that's been watching this man struggle and work 2 jobs for all these years, are going to ask him for some of that money. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. So, that's the thing. That's exactly what I want people to understand. So the thing is, life is running uphill. Life is acquiring skill, and life is just skill acquisition. There were many times along the way where Elvis could have gotten off that train, but when you're drugging someone up like that, right? You're drugging them up. You're got them just working. I mean, like, there were one part in the movie where Elvis wanted to go overseas, and this is right after Martin Luther King got shot, Robert Kennedy got shot. He's scared. Okay, drugs. You know how drugs are. And so he's paranoid that he's going to get killed. So the guy uses it against him because the guy don't have a passport. He can't leave the country. He goes, Elvis, the security, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. This is how we do. Our family members do this to us too. It's so dangerous overseas. It's dangerous. Okay, right? So they keep working that up in our mind. And so what they did is put him on a 15-city tour in 15 days. They did it every year for 5 years in a row. This is why Elvis looked so bad towards the end. So they would get him up, he'd perform at the stadium, drug him down to put him to sleep, put him on the plane, and then wake him up the next day and do that over and over again. This is horrible. Sorry, this is terrible, but I gotta say it. When Elvis died, and they're gonna officially release the autopsy 2027. But they had already had one of the doctors before he died said, dude, he had like 10 different medications in his system. On top of that, he went and got an x-ray for his stomach 4 months ago. The stuff you drink when you take an x-ray back in the day was still in his intestines 4 months later. So he was just full of crap. He really did die from constipation. He didn't die of a heart attack. Like, you can actually die from constipation. You can die. So that's what they blocked and sealed his records for. But in 2027, it comes out. And I think this is why they put they pushed hard for this movie to come out now. And so Lisa Marie, his daughter, is over the estate now. And it was at almost $500 million. Well, this movie, since it came out and the sales, young people, we hear music that is old, but we were like, oh my God, it's back up to $1 billion. Right? And so what can we learn from this? Whether you're a high performer, whether you're a low performer, people around you will drain the light and the money from you. It don't matter. They will do it. It doesn't stop them. They will drain the light and money out of you. You have to know internally, right? By changing your mind and acquiring lifestyle skills that you've changed. That's the biggest part of this. This guy was all over top of the world, huge, but was not confident. Right? Yeah, 4 months you don't poop. Yeah, you're full of poop. If you see his last show, Unchained Melody, I mean, I cried at the end of the movie. I mean, I was crying. I was like, God, they were killing that man. Right? They were just basically working him to death and rolling him out. Even his own father, right? He's falling out, and they look at the daddy. What should we do? They slapping him and putting him back out there, right? And so here's the thing. People are going to be hurt at the top and at the bottom if they don't acquire asset knowledge. What does that mean? If someone's convincing you, yeah, you should just go live overseas. Well, right now, Panama's in a recession. Some of these other countries that you go to are in recession. So people think, man, you're living the life, man. You go over there, your dollar stretches further. That is true. But you also increase the opportunity of violence, the opportunity for people to rob you, the opportunity for other things to happen. I don't want you to think if I just go somewhere else, everything will be magical. This is something happening right now in America. If 48% of all homes were bought in the Southeast the last 2 years in a row, people are going, this is just so miserable where I am in New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, wherever. I just got to go somewhere else. It's just so horrible here. And what people are going to happen is they're going to get to Atlanta. They're going to get to parts of Georgia. They're going to get to Florida. and realized it wasn't just the city they were in previously. They need new skills. They need new skills, right? Every once in a while, they were telling Elvis, he was like, hey, tell me the truth. What do you think my career is? And the guys were like, in the toilet, dude. It's terrible. You look terrible. So they did this Christmas special, and they did everything opposite of what the people wanted. Because if you get in the echo chamber, people will tell you anything, right? Exactly. Wherever you go is where you are. What people have to realize is the 5 friends you hang around all the time, that's a company. Ask people how well they're doing. I'm doing pretty good compared to everybody else. Why are you comparing to everybody else? The number one thing I ask people is what kind of money did you make 5 years ago? What kind of money did you make 3 years ago? What kind of money did you make last year? Do you feel good or do you feel worse about that? And people will try to rationalize so many different things in their mind. Now, I don't want you to become a workhorse. I don't want you to work yourself to death. That's not what I'm saying. What you eventually realize is you have to, up here, strategy, right? Strategy. That's what we're missing out of this equation. And so the guy that's been at Burger King, what was his strategy? Just keep showing up to work for the next 10 more years, 20 more years, right? And this is something no one asked themselves. I'm not asking everybody to start a business. I'm not asking everybody to be a top performer. But for the people who realize what's happening, who see the changes on the wall, we're short everywhere there's a boomer, right? We're short in medical fields. We're short in trades and blue collar work and tech. And they're saying, can you get a few certs and come your foot in the door? And y'all are fighting that. The next 2 to 5 years are going to be hurt. They're going to be hurting. You're going to be hurting like Elvis. I know that man was just hurt, just insides hurt. I mean, he just had to be, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be horrible about Michael Jackson, but when Michael Jackson died and they did the autopsy, he barely had a piece of a sandwich in his stomach, but he had plenty of pills and medication. That's how that ends. That doesn't end well, right? You can't kill the golden goose. And unfortunately, that's what families do. That's what jobs do. That's what systems do. Prisons got probably some of the smartest people you ever meet in the world in there. I know people hate hearing that, but that's just the truth. You know, you have some of the smartest people in the world that are in jail right now. They just didn't have the right information and chose to do the left. You watch American Greed, 99.99% of those businesses were smart. They followed the steps, but then they went left, right? Like they were doing everything they should have, and then they went to the left. And you're like, whoa. And as you watch it, it's like they can't get out of that cycle. And that's what you see. They're both trapped. Elvis was trapped in the movie, right? You know, the guy's like, you're performing broke. You're performing broke. Imagine that, all over the world selling millions of records. And he was like, but I'm selling all these records. I'm #1 in Australia. Did you know he never really left the country? His whole life, he died at 42, not traveling outside the country. He got to go to Hawaii. That's it. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, they literally drugged this man up till he forgot about going out internationally. So drugged up he was. He was a ghost of himself. But when he got on that stage, like, there have been opera singers that said that man could have been an opera singer if in a different life, if in a different place he was living. He could have been an opera singer. We know this. The quality of his voice could have been. Right? So a lot of times we have to really understand we're not missing. What are we missing out of our equation, right? We got to kind of sit down and say, I'm either lacking in knowledge, I'm either lacking in validation, and that's self. You got to validate yourself, because some people are in relationships and jobs and situations because they think this is the best I can do. It's the best I can do, right? So you got to really understand, if we're in an asset-based society, how do you thrive in an asset-based society? That's changed since 1971 with the gold standard. Is buying assets. That's it, right? Now you're going to say, oh, Eric, I don't want to buy stocks and all this. Okay, well, listen, you cannot want to buy stocks. But the strategy for the last, 200 years of this country, or 400 years of the country, has been stocks, businesses, real estate. Now you want to put the fourth on there? What's the fourth? I'm trying to think. Tech is the new fourth. But overall, at the end of the day, even if you get all this high income money, where do you put it so that it's reoccurring income to you? Right? Again, where are you creating abundance? This is the thing, as I see, like, I promise you, this is what we're going to see. In a few months from now, that Burger King guy is going to take that money, go on a couple vacations, and be right back where he was. Because it starts up here. If that wasn't his standard, I remember Diamond Dave said a good thing on his show one time. That's your standard. You're okay with that. If you were not okay with that, you'd be like, I cannot live like this. This is awful. I must change this immediately. We've seen people get up and leave marriages and marry someone younger and new just because they could not take it anymore. Right? People get up and shake and rattle and roll and move out the way when it's time. Now I will say the movie did a good job giving kudos to like the different black singers and and musicians and stuff like that. It was smart. But at the end of the day, what you see is they were mollywopping everybody. They were mollywopping all the artists for lack of knowledge and the desire so bad to be on the radio and the desire to be on the road. BB King was like, hey man, like I got my own bus, I can go places, I have my own record label, and I have my own, what else did he have? He had his own something else. And this is why it was so rare. Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, if those people had lived a little bit longer, and there's all these theories about them being killed, I know, they would have spread that ideal in the 60s. It took to the 80s and 90s and basically Prince walking around with a sign on his face to be like, hey, we don't need these music executives like this. This is a form of slavery, y'all. This is a form of poor treatment. You know, P. Diddy out here making us walk for cheesecake. This is terrible. And so how do we get better knowledge, right? Prime example, when we post stuff here on this channel, people get really frustrated. Sometimes they don't know the definition of words. Google is your friend, my friend. Some of y'all really do need to spend the next year reading at least 5 books, cover to cover. I remember somebody was saying how they asked this man how many hours a week does he play video games? And the dude said 36 hours. That's a whole job, man. That's a whole job. That's crazy. But that's how much people will dedicate to hobbies. 36 hours a week, just playing their life away. And what you have to understand is, I think there was Mastery IT. That was crazy. That's the craziest thing I've heard, but I totally believe it. I used to date somebody who was a gamer. And they thought, well, I have a high income paying job. I can just come home and do this. But I was like, it's not that you can do that. It's your social life is suffering. Your social life. You're getting out of the house every day is suffering. So let me see what some of your comments are. And I got 1 or 2 points and I'm out of here. In-home senior care is going to continue to rise on demand. Yep. Elon Musk is firing HR workers and non-technical folks. He's hiring automation engineers and big data guys. Listen, I made that video the other day, and I wanted Aaron Cleary to come on. Aaron Cleary is supposed to be on vacation for June, but every day he comes on the internet and makes a video. It's super funny. I like everybody messaging him in the comments like, aren't you on vacation? He's like, I like doing this. I be wanting to say, get off the computer. That's a true vacation. Get off the computer, go interact with people in the real world. That's where the fun is. Okay. But if he comes on and does it, we'll talk about it. But HR I'm telling you, they're removing HR. They're automating even HR. Several people said in the last video, they don't even interview with somebody in HR. They interviewed straight with the hiring manager. These companies don't have time for that. They're getting rid of the friction in a lot of these companies. If you're not bringing in money, sales, support, operations, you are not going to have no job. These companies are going to figure out, how do we get enough people in here for customer support, operations, data security, right? And that means protecting all the data wherever it is in the building, data security, cybersecurity, all that. And then sales, more sales. We need more sales, right? That's going to be the name of the game. And so I don't want you to become a workhorse, because that model is going away. Elvis could have did 800 more shows. He still would have been broke. Why? Because this guy was, 1, ripping him off. 2, he was drugged up to the gills, didn't know where the money was going. 3, literally, they wore his body out. Judy Garland was the same. Like, beautiful girl, talented. I mean, very sad. Billie Holiday, all of them. I mean, you can keep going down the list. They were killing people. Billie Holiday almost got better, and then they were mad at her for singing that song about lynching, and they tied her to a bed, didn't give her no methadone, and she just went downhill after that. So fast food wages have and never will support an adult, let alone a family. Machines OTW to replace guys like him. Look up Company Flippy. Yeah. I mean, they're really, really hard pushing Flippy. Like, hey, this helps companies. They're not even talking about this replacement jobs. They're like, this helps companies. You guys noticed even that commercial I did. They made sure I didn't say certain things in my script. I don't want to say replacing people. We're talking about automation. I'm like, okay, dang, y'all gonna make me read this 27 times. And I'm grateful for the commercial, and I have another one coming up, so you guys will see that. I think when I come back, I think it'll be released maybe mid-July. But you guys got to understand, when you're talented, you're brilliant, people latch on. I have family members that didn't even pay me no mind, but when they realize, oh, she's on the internet, and she's doing this and she's doing that, oh, let me give her a call. I had a family member call me about a Tesla company. Do you think we could help? We could open up a Tesla dealership here? I said, first of all, why the hell would I even care about a Tesla dealership? Two, why are you calling me? Well, you seem like the type of person who gets things done. And so I was just wondering. Now, these people aren't willing to come over here and help me with my business. They're able to come over here and willing and help me hire a new executive assistant. They're not over here to help me organize paperwork and forms and data. But they will surely come up and try to hold their hand out for something. You got to be careful, y'all. People will leech. They'll leech and they don't even care. They don't care about you or your health or anything. Can we put this person out? I mean, this is the thing. I'm not trying. This isn't a disrespectful slant. But if you've been working in food service for 27 years and you don't work in management, come on, man. Come on. We got people that just show up to work. That we call at Lowe's, we call those folks wall builders. So let's be very clear. We call those folks wall builders at Lowe's. When I was in management there, I don't know if they've changed the term to something nicer, but it was called wall builders. Every company needs wall builders. Every company needs someone who will just show up to work. Don't ask for much. Don't be fussy. Just follow the rules. We had guys in there who were like, yeah, man, I got out of jail or something happened and I've been at Lowe's for 11 years. And I'm like, you've been trying to be management or shift leader? No. Okay, dude. Like to me, that person, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a life. As long as you find a woman who's willing to ride along with that life, because 41% of marriages they end for money. There's not enough money. They don't agree on money. There's disagreement, all that. Life costs. So sad saying with Whitney. Yeah. The sad part is Whitney's brother is the one who introduced her to drugs, and he's still alive. On her money, getting high. Daughter dead. Bobby's still out there. You know what I mean? It's real sad. Roscoe, he was in Germany at the base, getting drunk and singing songs. Yeah, they covered that in the movie too. But if you actually go look up Elvis, he wasn't out there. He won't out there storming the front lines of Germany. He was at the base singing. There he is. There's a lot of smart people in jail. Nobody wants to acknowledge that. We all think they're stupid. And, I'm not talking about scamming. That's not what we're saying. We're saying the mechanics to know how to run a business. Some of these drug dealers, some of these people that are doing all kind of weird stuff, or the crazy part I told Asia is the people in Detroit that have enough skill and talent to pull the bricks off these properties and basically clean out these houses without damaging the property. They should be somewhere working. The mindset is warped, right? TLC broke at the height of their career. Yeah, they nickel and dime every bit of money out their stuff. Exactly. Again, people are trying to make it like I'm disrespectful. Every company needs wall builders. Every company needs wall builders. But we also have a society full of Americans who are crying that they're a wall builder. And I'm trying to take care of my family. Well, you got to go where you got to take. See, this is the problem in our society. People are feeling that nudge. I need to be doing more. I need to be doing a different career, but I don't want to do it. Okay, that's fine. Guess what? You will feel that nudge every day of your life when you go to work. There's a black man crying in a video that went viral. Life shouldn't be this stressful. I had 2 anxiety attacks. I don't think I'm going to go to work. I said, listen, sir, if you're having legitimate anxiety attacks in your car at the thought of going back to work, you need to quit right now. Because you're the kind of person that might come up in the office and hurt everybody. You need to go. You need to quit right now. I don't know what's going on with your financial situation, but you should have enough clarity. All right, I'm going to quit my job and I got 2 weeks before what? You should know your money that to the T to the penny that I got 2 weeks before blah. Now, I looked at his car in the video. Really nice car. Probably part of the incentive to stay. And you got to do it for your health. But again, these are people who are not, listen, if you just read one book a year since high school, some of y'all have 20 books deep of knowledge, right? If some of y'all just, you know what I'm saying, just one small thing a year, adding on to a compound effect, your life is the accumulation of the compound effect of the choices you made. This is why I said Elvis could never, he was like cussing. I did 800 shows for you and I'm broke and I'm bleeding money. And it's like, you can't outwork bad habits or a bad system. Something that Bigger Pockets has been addressing lately, which I'm very glad they are, talking about bad operators, talking about people who, anytime you have a business or you have investments or you have real estate and the economy shifts, we always talk about people swimming naked. If you have a messed up real estate deal and it's in Florida, you all right. You're going to sell it. You're going to make your money because you will. If you got a bad deal and you in California, Detroit, Cleveland, New York, ooh, you might lose some skin off your back. You might not come out this thing 100% whole. That happens because that's what happens as the economy shifts. People who are learning on the job or had a bad operator can kind of go around this. One of the guys on the show was saying how they bought a property off a man near Atlanta, not Atlanta, but near Atlanta. His daughter was running the management. They had 200-unit building and just his daughter was the front office person because they didn't think it was enough. They didn't want to be charged the fees of a real management company coming in and taking it over. And they immediately saw the deal and said yes to it. They didn't care about that. They knew all they had to do was come in there and run it more efficiently. And when people are in those situations, they'll just take money and run. Same thing with the people who RCA bought out Elvis's contract at the little black music label, Sun Records. It's because the Sun Records was going bankrupt. They were putting out all these black music artists. Radios were segregation, and they didn't want the black artists playing out there. So that's why black artists had to tour so that they could get money. And they pulled in Elvis and he started singing these songs and they had 2 hits off him. And they were like, RCA said, we'll give you $2 million. They were like, we'll take it. You know what I'm saying? So again, the exit strategy. How are people exiting out of some of these bad deals, these bad situations? I'm gonna keep going. Let me close this out. I have a friend who moved from UAE to Canada 15 months ago and was able to purchase 2 properties. One pre-structure, one fixer, but both used as income-generating assets. Congratulations. I know some low-wage workers, older adults that amass large amounts of money. This is possible. I'm not saying that it's inevitable. They're not a low performer. But this is almost like this. This man can keep working at Burger King. But if you don't own a house, this is the difference between our parents and now. Your parents, they owned the house they were in, or at least were paying on the mortgage. They owned the car they had, right? Because the cost of things. So if they had a low-paying job, it didn't matter. They could still live a regular life because 1, they had a house, 2, they had a car. Let's even go back a generation before that. The Victory Gardens, when people in the World War II was breaking out, your grandma and them had a house. They had a backyard. They turned it into a Victory Garden. This is how the government was able to tamp everybody down. Like, hey, I know there's bread lines in the city, but y'all okay. See, look, y'all got a garden in your yard. You all right? See, that's not that bad. People that lived in the country was eating food and living just fine. And people in the city were starving. That's why they had move along laws. When you start walking by these cities, they're like, keep on going. We good, we full, we don't need no workers. And so what you got to understand is you got younger people now. Yeah, they may be working low-wage jobs, but they don't own a home. They don't own their car. So they don't have any of the safety net of previous generations. They can't put no garden in their backyard if they're not even renting a house, right? I'm telling you, I've been to some neighborhoods where there's nobody in their backyard at all. And I'm like, what a waste of the backyard. Kids could be back there. Anybody could be back there playing. People still want fame more than they want money. This is absolute facts. This is why people still sign these bad music contracts. They just want to be seen. This comes out of lack of fathers in the home. I'm just going to go there on white and black sides, because you got to realize there's millions of white single moms, more than black. As much as people try to feel like, oh my God, like you're going to have another generation of very curious situations coming out. See, this is what did I tell y'all? Black people will come up with every weird, fantastical, you may be white, I don't know, fantastical, magical explanation for why they can't do something. They are the super victim. Super victim. I said this man could take 6 months off and go to community college and get any damn skill he wants. Half the people in here haven't looked up the free certifications that we post online. That you could be taking an hour in your own spare time. They had the NIL thing and a few other things towards the college sports. There were 2 hours of video. You should watch the 2 hours of video and take the test. But these same people, these Donald Lyons, or whatever their name is, will find 36 hours a week to play video games. But they cannot magically find 36 hours a week to improve their skills. This is a lie. You got literally free certifications. Google is offering free certification online so you can get a job that pays you $90,000 a year. But you hear it out here, these super victims, oh Lord Jesus, you don't know, Erica, the struggle. I can't read, I can't see, I ain't got eyeballs, I ain't got hands. It's hard out here. Like, y'all, stop. It's insane. It's just like when people have these children, they're like, well, it was an accident. No, you know how your body works. You know how your body works by 15. Anybody after 25 talking about accident babies, I just look at them like they're stupid. I go, oh yeah, poor child. You're so slow. Your poor children. That's a shame. Because again, it's wanting to be a super victim. And again, they've got grants, they've got Pell Grants, they've got free classes at community college. But you to hear these people out here is, oh, Erica, it's just a struggle, girl. Struggle. James Brown too. He was one of the ones. Yeah, please report every fake page. It's getting crazy. We can go on together with suspicious love. Shirley Temple, yep. I love how y'all keep sending me messages on Instagram telling me about these fake pages. Just report them. Lots of horror stories. I wanted to go to Arby's today, but they were drive-through were only not enough employees for dine-in. I believe it. Managers only make a few dollars more. I was going to try to be a manager at McDonald's because I found out it was only $2 extra. Kevin, those times have changed. Taco Bell, Chipotle managers make $92,000 a year. Some of them make $72,000 a year. Go on Glassdoor. It depends on the city. It depends on state. Now, here's how they get you. This is how they get you, though. You're not just the manager of one store. You're probably going to be the manager of 2 stores. That's how they get you for the $80,000. I know for the Chipotle regional manager was like $92,000. Chipotle managers make $62K off rip. Off rip. That's why you see so many young college people going there. That's right. Even the military changed the rules. You can't just sit in the military for 20 years. If you don't make rank in advance, they kick you out. Low performers are not tolerated. One of the things out of Top Gun movie is he had all these accolades and accomplishments, but he wasn't being promoted. And they said, what is going on? And it was because Iceman kept helping him stay in the movie. Wall builders are the best employees. They are. Well, you know what? The thing about fast money is the dream that your life can be 180 degrees less. I mean, I put fast money in the same category as people who are like, get this skinny detox tea, and you're telling me you'll lose 30 pounds in a month. You'll lose 50 pounds in a month. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I know there were so many people saying it shouldn't be like this. Life shouldn't be this hard. But if you actually sat those folks down and they had to face their list of consequences, again, people don't want to hear that part. So let me stop. There's different levels of entrepreneur employees, right? Certain employees grow within the company. That's what you need. If you have somebody who's like, hey, how can I advance? Nobody wants to hire on a company. They feel they're going to be stagnant. And a few years later, they're going to be forced to look for another job. So they always give them this opportunity. When I was at Grant Cardone Ventures, they were like, give your employee an opportunity to create this. I know this sounds terrible, but create a position. Hire them in as entry level blanks and say, well, we have a senior level and an executive level. And we're looking for those people too, right? Well, the person working like, well, I don't have a senior over me. Why can't I be the senior? that person works a year, you review them, and if you really like them, you bump them up to senior, then you hire somebody underneath them. It's a whole system. I know it sounds terrible, but it's a whole system. Like, you create these higher level jobs so the person aspires to work harder to give you really good results. And this is the stuff they teach you at some of these events. Irv Gotti sold his publishing rights for 300 million. He was crying like a baby. He was. And what you got to understand is, Irv Gotti actually did try to do the straight business thing. The reason he got rid of what's his name? Dame Dash. Dame Dash was like, he's like, yeah, they give me $1 million per episode. And Dame Dash, oh, I'm gonna take that $1 million and do it for 100,000 and take the other money and do other stuff. And he was like, no, Dame Dash, you can't take the other 900,000 and do something else. This money is for this episode. Stop playing with me. And so he had to cut ties with him because he's like, you're not about to have me jammed up. And so Irv Gotti definitely plays by the rules. They really do. I used to believe that, but I've seen slackers who coasted and turned up back in the day still coast and turn up. I've been working for decades, and all I'm asking is for to coast. Here's the crazy thing, Xander Toast Clutch. I literally have a friend who works at the Samsung company over here, and they took 6 months off, and Samsung didn't say nothing to them because they can't. They're expanding a new building, and it's in their contract that they can take 6 months off at a time. Oh boy, is heading over to Portugal in about a week. And I'm not even hating on them. I'm like, live your life, live your dream. You work hard. A lot of these companies at a certain level, they need you more than you need them. So they have beautiful incentive packages. That one dude that's suing that company because he was living in the south of France, and they were like, nah, buddy, you got to come back to San Francisco. What are you doing? He's suing them. I mean, I'm not shocked, but I want y'all to understand that, like, you are financially trapped if you cannot figure out how to make money while you sleep. And I'm not talking about, I don't care if it's dividend stocks. I don't care if it's a chicken farm that your cousin runs. I don't care if it's a fruit stand you own seasonally and seasonally you make money at the fruit stand. I don't care if it's a government contract to sell the government worms out your backyard. I don't care. You have to figure out a way to make money on a recurring basis. Why? Because 50% of society don't care. They're just going to keep showing up. They're not going to really invest in themselves. But what's going to happen? I keep telling you, you're going to have family members and cousins. As economic times keep pressing their leg, they're going to come press your leg. They're not beating their legs yet, but it's pressing their leg, and they're going to come find you. Yes, we're in an inflationary period, but it's almost hyperinflation in some places. Arby don't have room to eat. They don't care. Arby got sandwiches. They want them. Yeah, this is true. More whites on welfare than blacks. I mean, like, all this stuff, it's in the millions. You know what I'm saying? Man, what the F? There's free PJM classes at most. $39 on Google right now. Journey to Jasmine, I know. And this is the thing. I want to get some Tech Tuesday testimonials on video here pretty soon. And I'm going to get them because what happens is people making it up. People are making, oh, it's just so hard. Right? Yeah. Oh, Erica, what do you do for LLC? It's $125. Go find $125 this weekend. Go be creative. Right? If you really want to be a business owner, you're going to have to be creative. Some people don't have that. They're just not creative. It's just sad. Erica is tough out here, but that PS5 is therapy. It's hard to study for certs that can give you 150. That must be what it is. That must be what it is. We can go on together with suspicious less. Let me see. I'm 44 and getting paid to go to school for a new career anyway. Listen, that's what I got to talk to somebody earlier who company paid for the master's degree and paid for this other cert. Let them pay for it. They want you to have it. Let them pay for it. I know someone who manages a Waffle House and makes 90,000. That 90,000 is for their life, Jasmine. Somebody coming out Waffle House one night shooting it. They did. They did. Oops, sorry. Unalived. I know YouTube will get me. If you inside our Facebook groups, our Classy Climb group, you pay $10 a month, or you're in the paid wall. I've been posting certificates all up and down there. I post them on the community wall. If you're not paying attention, that's not my fault. I've been posting them everywhere. I saw somewhere Chick-fil-A managers, owners make $250K a year. Yeah. Oh, y'all. Should I do it, y'all? Should I do it, y'all? You know what time it is, y'all. I mean, I don't want to invoke the ministry, but if you come here every day to be a Curturian, I'm going to disagree with you even when the data is not supporting what you're saying. You know what we have to do, Donald. You know what time it is, correct? Everybody know what time it is. Black ministry. It's been real. Thank you for coming on. Thanks. I appreciate you. What fields can I explore to become overemployed? Well, I would say go check out our Tech Tuesday playlist with over 50 videos in it. Check out Tamika's Women in Linux. Check out many of these tech channels where people are talking about different companies offering opportunities. Certs are your friend. Certs are your friend. My LLC in California is $800. Hey, y'all getting paid so much money out there. All right. Miss Erica, which direction is the way to go? I bought a web development course. I have started course for my blog. Which one should I focus on if I'm going to be school for CS? You have to do your own time management. I can't tell you what to do. Again, this channel is just to advocate different opportunities. At the end of the day, if y'all need consulting, you need to book a consult call. Like, we can't dissect your life. It's all time management, right? It's all time management. You have to figure out what's important for you today. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know. I'm sorry. If you want to come here and argue with me for the full hour of a show, I can't. I'm too tired. I'm 52 days, y'all. 52 days. Don't matter. Catch me outside. Google free certifications. There are 59 free Google certifications. Google is your friend. I know people are like, you're rude. You won't tell us where to find the links, man. You on a phone that's a computer, a smartphone, and you can't Google? You Google some porn. You Google where to find hoes. You Google where to find the party. You can Google tech. I know you can do it. I know you can. Your mama knows you can. Your daddy knows you can. You can do it. Google is your friend. It's your friend. You can't block us. We black people. I'll block I'll turn the comments off on this. I don't even care. Oh, I don't even care. Honey, it's that kind of day. There's so many apprenticeship programs with job placement and tech. Quit playing. This is the thing. This stuff is out here. When a person keeps telling me it doesn't work like that, you don't just get the skills and get new jobs. Please tell that to recruiters who are all day on LinkedIn looking for people who have certain skills and calling people every day. I strongly suggest, if some of you are so serious, when you want to get you a little burner phone. Yeah, I said that, a little cheap, little $59 one. I don't have the other one in the car right now. And get that phone number and make that your LinkedIn phone number and watch that phone ring all night and day once you update your LinkedIn. You know why? Because sometimes they be calling your phone and y'all be scared to answer the phone. This way, if this goes to this direct little phone, little burner phone, you'll always have your professional voice ready. Thank you, Cherie, the business player writer. I'm telling y'all, recruiters are calling y'all. Recruiters are lazy. And I know there's 3 or 4 recruiters I'm trying to bring on the channel. That's probably why they don't come, because I'm talking bad about them. But they literally Google. That's what they do on LinkedIn. They Google. They look over your stuff, see if you post anything crazy, and then they call you up. They just a middleman to millions business. Again, when y'all really learn how society works, that everything is middleman to millions business, you just sliding people in and out. You know, if that recruiter gonna get, let's say they get 5K every time they get a person in certain positions, 5K times what? 100 people a year they get a job? Come on, man, do the math. Y'all out here playing. Do the math. I took a cybersecurity boot camp, and I have a business people excuse too many. They got time to be on Facebook and YouTube arguing every day, arguing about how they're not gonna feed other kids McDonald's. That's what time they got. They got enough time to go on Facebook and be like, I would not feed that other kid. And then go play 36 hours a week of games on their laptop and stuff. Get out of here. America is still the land of honey. What's going to happen in the next 2 years? You're going to have such an influx of immigration that people are going to be just screaming. Do you know if they found that one truck with 50 bodies in it? Do you know how many? And that was after some people ran out of the truck. How many trucks come through America every day? And Jose gonna get up in there and go to work, and Jose gonna find new skills, and he gonna learn how to drive a truck. I had Africans come here, and they learned how to drive a truck on my truck. I was like, why did the transmission go out? They're like, we don't know. And the mechanic said, I bet somebody was learning how to drive in your truck. I said, what? So they lying on paperwork. They getting on planes. You cannot be a immigrant who's here like, I'll do anything. I'll drive, I'll repair toilets, I'll do whatever. Y'all about to be out living in the middle of the boonies and don't even know it. They do. What's a P&L statement? You're trying to be a smart ass. You're trying to show us how intelligent you are. No, I'm just out here being a social media person, a media superconductor. I'm just connecting all the people. You know how hard it is to bring people on this channel? They be like, I don't know. People do not want to spoon feed y'all. They don't have time for it. Your guys posted free starts on IG and in the community page on top of Tech Tuesday. Stop being freaking lazy. Go look for yourself. Y'all get on my nerves. Listen, this is why I'm having this boat party, and I'm gonna have I think one meetup in Las Vegas for a select few, because most people out here are not trying. They're not trying. Right? They're caught in a trap and they can't get out. They're living the Elvis song. The reason I love Barry White, he said he went to jail because he was doing foolish stuff. He was doing ignorant stuff. And he said they was in the jail, and they have record players at the end of the hall. The guards play music. And Elvis Presley's song "It's Now or Never" came on. And he said, oh, hell, I got to get out of here. I'm not doing this ever again. I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go sing. And y'all got to understand, one, music is powerful. That's why when you listen to that mumble rap and that garbage music, it messes with your brain. Low vibrational. That shake and twerk music, growing it right in your brain. But two, self-awareness. Are some of y'all self-aware? I think not. I think you walking around like, I don't understand why women don't want me. And you cross-eyed and overweight and looking crazy, not dressing well. I mean, it's just crazy. You're not self-aware. You're saying these things out loud and you don't even realize it. Listen, I may have ruined it for y'all, but go check that movie. I was crying in that movie. I was like, oh, caught in a trap. Can't get out. Help me. They do know how to Google that. Mm-hmm. Listen, enterprise, they got management. Every company out here got management programs. Now, here's the thing where they lose people. A lot of these management programs will make you go to another location. You can't usually be managed at the same location you got hired at. It's crazy. They do it with banks and several people. Wells Fargo and Chase hosting fall internships. Yeah. So DL, what I'm focusing on is land lots in certain developments. So again, there's rules to buying the land lot. We're not just going out there and buying acres and acres of land. That's not how spec construction works. You're quicker to get money from hard money lenders and banks when you just say, hey, I'm buying this 50 by 1,100 feet, or I'm buying this 4,500 square foot spot. This is what I'm building on top of it. This is what's the plan. These are the 3 exit strategies, and these are the 3 strategies for it to make money. You have a much better chance that way. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Listen, Child Branch, you just playing now. Stop playing. What's the last question y'all got in here? That's what I'm saying. They died to get to America. Y'all playing. No, I didn't work in pharmaceuticals, but I had a flip phone. I lost 2 phones that got stolen from me here in Austin when I was downtown 6th Street. So I had a flip phone, and people were like so concerned. All the white people at work were like, "Why do you have a flip phone? What is it? Was there no other phones at the Best Buy?" I said, "Y'all, my phone got stolen last night. I just went to Best Buy. I got this flip phone for $29, and it works just fine." And everybody at work's like, "Oh, why do you have a flip phone?" So you got people living life at a job where the dummies are like, What are you wearing? What kind of shoes do you have on? What kind of phone do you have? So you're living with this communal pressure to perform for dummies you don't even like. John, all these older truckers, they be requesting automatics. They don't even play no more. They be like, is it automatic? No, I ain't doing it. They coming by any means. They don't got time to play these games and like, where's the dad on the phone? They ain't playing them games. You see how many stories of people who used to be a janitor at a hospital, then they became a nurse at the hospital, now they a doctor at the hospital. These immigrants ain't coming here to play these stupid games, word games with people. Some guy the other day went viral because he said, y'all out here want women to submit to y'all, and what you leading them to? Hell? Boy, God, I was an older man. It was just funny. He's like, y'all can't lead third graders in a sack race. I mean, you got people out here really low performing, low performing. I went to Full Stack Academy Boot Camp, paid for by the Army. Look it up. There you go. About to get Jose and them to do these some construction projects. I feel you. People spend more time complaining about reparation than they spend more time talking about, man, listen, sister, let me give you this hotep knowledge. You know, the man is holding us back. Listen, I'm not even gonna hold you, Sherry. I'm okay with 10% of black people going to fight for the reparation. The rest of us, when they get close to Congress, we'll all be there pushing. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna need about 90% of y'all to go get a job. The other day, somebody said I was throwing shade, and I really wasn't. In order to qualify for a mortgage, pre-qualify, which is most of what y'all need to do, you need to have work for 2 years or 1 year self-employed tax returns done. There's over 5,000 mortgage programs, but a lot of people think I'm being sarcastic when I'm like, go to work, right? 2 years passes by so fast. Go to work really hard for a 2-year period, track all the data, done. People don't want to do that. I know it was a trick. I already said that at the beginning of the show. Listen, you already know. Your girl used the 4-letter word L. I used to sympathize with those guys as I came same anti-intellectual places. When you give them solutions, they ignore you at best. They really do. DL, Google, DL, Google, DL, Google. You're about 2 seconds from the block ministry. What are we talking about this whole time? You asked me how much land lots are. Google, Facebook Marketplace, Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Wholesalers List, BiggerPockets.com. Come on, baby. You see, this is the thing. When somebody tell you they're interested in something and they haven't done step one, I can't have a conversation with you. I can't. The conversation bar, we got to bring it up. We got to bring it up. You need to take a strength assessment test. Again, guess where you can find that? Google. Guess another person you can work with, Chris Johnson, that we've brought on this channel 22 times. Just gonna say that, gonna put that out there. I know y'all like, Erica, you're getting grouchy. Y'all getting lazy. If you're in Los Angeles, the community college and tech schools have free courses. That's right. If you're in LA, if you're in LA, I mean, what do you call it? Atlanta, free HVAC classes. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Y'all can do better than this. No, I don't care to argue it. If we could pull 1 million black people and put them in tech and trades, and we still would need another million black people to go in tech and trades. Like, I mean, I could literally pull 100,000 people out of Chicago and it would be nothing. It would be a drop in the bucket. I can pull 100,000 black people out of Chicago, 100,000 people out of Atlanta, 100,000 black people out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Again, you're not going to miss these people because the problem statistically is, um, you know, the problem is statistically one affects 10, right? So if you got one nurse in the family, then everybody in the family tries to go be a nurse, right? If you got one truck driver in the family, then everybody tries to go be a truck driver in the family. So statistically, that's where you would. What is this, y'all? Some of us are new to the channel. If you're new to the channel, just be quiet. Just listen. Just study. Just read the comments. Like, people are literally giving you the free answers in the comment. Again, every channel, every video is almost the same. Go check out our playlist for Tech Tuesday. Check out our playlist. Google. Get certification. Increase your money. Every video. Even if you're new here. Every video. I've been this way for 6 months. I mean, there's so many free certifications where you can make 6 figures, but a lot of people just don't want to put in the work. Yeah. Oh, wow. Is 2 years a good way to plan financially? Dave Ramsey says sell anything you can't pay off in 2 years. Dave Ramsey's extreme. But I understand, right? Because what he's trying to really teach you is discipline, is the money discipline. So no, there's over 5,000 mortgage programs. There's been several lately that if you had 1 year self-employed and it's documented, you paid your taxes, they can go off that. But that's just one of the programs. There's a ton of other programs. The white man's holding us back. I know he's just holding us back. His foot is on your neck. His foot is on my neck. It's on my neck. I can't breathe. And I'm not making fun of that other situation. I just mean that's literally how people act like out here. Like if somebody's doing something to them and they really aren't. I mean, he's just extreme. Look. Now, you know what we're going to say? Chicago's very own. What are we going to say? Chicago's very own. Any free classes in Dallas? What are we going to say? What am I say? Chicago's own. What am I saying in the chat? Y'all so wild in this chat right now. Erica, we don't have time to invest in tech. We're trying to make sure our women are feminine while the landlord kicking us out of our apartment. All right. I did a paid consultation with women in Linux. I recently landed a remote offer just for networking off LinkedIn. I plan to do it and continue to work with my business. I like money. Congratulations. I'm just saying, Journey to Jasmine, the show in December with Chris Johnson was life-changing for me. I made more money in half a year in just tech sales than I made last year as a leasing agent. Congratulations, Journey to Jasmine. See you at the boat party. Let's see what else we got in here. Did I miss anything else? Congratulations. Go any of those. So anyway, that's what I have for y'all. Look, the 3 things, if y'all don't remember nothing else from this video, I know it's been an hour. Making money is an action. Keeping money is a behavior, right? Some people get money and every day they got to run out and spend money, go to eat restaurants, go do something, spend. That's their mindset. It's really bad. Growing money is knowledge. Once you learn something, you can't unlearn it. And this is why when people say, oh, they should move overseas. Moving overseas won't solve your income generating problem because some of these people do not know how to, oh, someone's got another comment. Oh, block user. Have a good day. Blocked ministry just for you. Again, you guys, a lot of you are trying to agitate me. I get it. You're trying to figure out, why don't people watch me online as I talk about nothing and complain about women and McDonald's sandwiches? I'm sorry. They don't want to see you, Otis. So no matter when you come inside my chat and say, you're streaming in your car, what are you doing? Listen, you're still watching. The number of people haven't changed, even though I blocked 7 people. Number watching hasn't changed. You know why? Because I have information, I have knowledge you want. You can't seem to find it with the Google, but you're here. watching, listening, pissed at me for blocking you. How do you feel? There's 30 million YouTube channels. If you don't like what I'm saying, if you're complaining about, man, you streaming in your car, but you can Google me and Google my business and see that it makes $500,000 a year. It's public knowledge. You can Google me in the P2PPN. You can do all that stuff. Oh, but wait, you don't know how to use Google. Okay, so never mind. But the point is, people love playing. Again, this is the number one thing I know right now, and I've told y'all this. Thank you for the collection plate. I've told y'all this. If I was in a Lambo doing these videos, there's a white guy. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to him. Maybe is that his question? I'm talking about. He's a white guy. I think he's like entrepreneurs of cars or something. He has a goatee. He looks like every other white dude with a bald head and goatee who thinks he's looking good in his 50s with a fast car. And people are like, yes, the knowledge. You know why? Because it's the type of car he's in. You're getting a hard on thinking about this man's luxury car. There's another dude with a car. Y'all getting a hard on because somebody bought a Porsche. That's some weirdo shit. That's why your life is in shambles. I know it is. I know it is. They want you to have a K4 HD perfect studio information for them to watch for free, for them to do nothing with. And that's why I'm going in 52 days, because I'm done. I'm so done. My properties are done. My cash are refunded, baby. I'm gone. I don't think y'all understand this. Make sure you like the video, but I just want you to understand, like, I come out here and teach this because the joy of knowing people like Journey to Jasmine switched from her job to a tech career. Now she done made double, triple money what she'd have made years before. I've got too many countless people I've helped. Done over 6,000 paid phone consultation. I know what I'm saying works. I know what it works. If I was in a Porsche, you'd be listening and it'd be amazing. I don't have time to play these YouTube games. I just don't have to. Right? They're sitting there talking about Derek Jackson, when the dude made $4 million. He's struggle streaming. Yeah, but he made $4 million out of his car. But he's struggle streaming. Okay. Whatever you say. Do you see what I'm saying? The mindset is so low. This is why people is hitting y'all over the head. Big Willie style. Big Willie style. And I'm laughing all the way to the bank as they're hitting y'all over the head Big Willie style. Because y'all dumb. I literally just left one of my land lots. Right? So just to protect my safety and not show my land lot in the back, I'm here parked at a Starbucks. And that's how dumb these folks on the internet are. So how goofy they are. Goofy. They really would. They'd be better off creating a podcast talking about sports and women and gossip and these women than coming over here half listening and complaining. Good luck. I mean, Tim, thank you for the introduction. I keep telling y'all, you go to learn. These people gonna learn out here. They're gonna learn out here. There you go. There you go. Vlogging in his muscle car. See, that's the thing, Tim. So what they're gonna understand is half these people on YouTube are making more money than the TV executives you see. Tabitha Brown, they done bought her over to Food Network because they need views. Tabitha Brown had over, I think, 100,000 people paying $5 a month on Facebook. Right when she took off the Pinnacle. Tell me where she gonna get paid like that on TV out the gate. TV's behind. So if you watching me on the internet, there's a reason. Go look at all my videos. 90% of all YouTube channels get less than 1,000 views. You do the math. You do the math. That's the sad part. So anyway, all right, you guys, this is your girl Erica, Classic Climb Blog. And you know what? Here's the thing. I completely enjoy this stuff. It cracks me up. But I'm going to go hang out in Croatia. I'm going to go hang out in Africa. And I'm finishing up my last little projects and my last little debt and paying off a lump sum of things and selling all my properties, almost all of them, except for one in North Carolina. And so I tell you this, good luck out here. If you ain't heard it, if you ain't did it by now, I hope you guys get the hood knowledge from the other cool guys who are selling it online and keep getting y'all in trouble with the credit repair. Good luck. Good luck. Because it ain't going to be me. All right, you guys. This is your girl, Erica, Classic Climb Blog, man. You guys have a wonderful evening. It's going to be great. All right, you guys, later.